Welcome to PWCI this week.
How about we do the tag team title?
I am the mad conservative crime fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. And it is for the IWA Productions Tag Team Championship. First, the challengers.
Alright,
From Capital City, Ohio.
this will take up the entire half hour.
And a combined weight of 685 pounds.
Haven't seen this team in a while.
Pat the Bruiser, Crosshair Kelly, they are Warhoss.
So, the IWAP Tag Team titles will be on the line on this episode of PWCI this week. This will take up the entire half hour, but we will also be including a news update as some major breaking stories happened last week that we're going to talk about. We'll also have a special announcement that I teased last week here on the program. So Warhoss will be challenging for the IWAP Tag Team titles, currently held by CJ Shine and Marcellus Knyght. We'll get to that match, but first, let's go to the news update.
And their
And now news update from the St. Louis wrestling community. News coming out of the Missouri Athletic Commission last week has some Missouri promoters highly upset. In a letter sent out by Executive Director Tim Lukenhoff, hikes in fees and surcharges were announced. The MAC, under the Missouri Department of Professional Registration, regulates all amateur and professional boxing, full contact karate, mixed martial arts, kickboxing, and wrestling events. Permits will now cost $150 per day per event, effective on April the 30th. Amateur contestant licenses will increase from $30 to $40, seconds from $20 to $30. Boxing and MMA ID cards from $15 to $20 for 2 years, starting July the 1st to June 30th, 2024. A $1 surcharge will be applied to every ticket sold, including comps, starting July the 1st, which will, of course, be passed on to the fans. Lukenhoff states that this is only the second fee increase the MAC has made in the last 27 years, and the increases were needed due to the decline of yearly revenue in the past 2 years. This, of course, is due to COVID and far fewer events happening as a result. The MAC is fee-funded and are not allocated funds by the state, where fees are set to cover the MAC's annual expenses. By law, fees are not to exceed 2.5 times their annual budget. Missouri promoters, however, slammed government action for causing the situation in the first place due to their imposed restrictions during the pandemic. Some have vowed to move their events across the river into Illinois in response. Many promotions have had to raise their ticket prices in response to increased overhead costs due to inflation and energy prices. In other news, a rare bit of consolidation in the face of Federation sprawl, World Powerhouse Wrestling announced its final show will take place on May 1st in Collinsville, as they are merging with Pro Wrestling Epic. Fairly recently, WPW was sold to Ace Roberts from its former promoter, Scar, Shane Jones, who has taken up a position as a play-by-play commentator for IWA Productions. Epic's next event will be on May the 7th, headlined by former WWE superstar Eugene Dinsmore. Speaking of Epic, former WWE diva Sunny Tammy Sitch is now in more hot water than she's ever been after causing a 3-car accident that resulted in the death of another driver and multiple injuries. Remarkably, she was not arrested at the scene, being suspected for DUI. However, she was slated to appear for Epic last year and canceled due to being in the hospital. In a pair of now deleted screenshots on the Facebook page of its promoter. Sunny solicited access to her Instagram page via mass mailing. In response, Epic promoter declined, saying she never returned the deposit for the canceled bookings. Sunny angrily claimed he wasn't in the business and called him the 6-letter R word. The promoter made Sitch instantly regret it with the response, "Have failed in jail, murderer." Savage. The Springfield Lucky Horseshoes will have announced former WWE superstars will appear at home games, including Jerry the King Lawler on June the 23rd, Big Sexy Kevin Nash on July the 8th, the Road Dogg Jesse James on July 14th, and the former Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, on July 29th. Jeff Jarrett, for his part, announced that he plans to wrestle again in 2022. However, it does not appear there will be a post-game wrestling event at Robin Roberts Stadium this year. So now, I have this special announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to announce the next induction into the Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. The first member of the Hall to serve as an officiator in a career spanning a couple decades for Powerhouse Wrestling, among many others, and also the co-host of Wrestling Authority Radio, the Dean of Referees, Steve Kane, will be posthumously inducted by his war colleague, Sean David Hubbard. It all happens at Melson Family Wrestling, Sunday, April 24th at Marengo Community High School at 110 Franks Road in Marengo, Illinois. Bell time 1 p.m. Be sure to join us as we honor the late Steve Kane, who called it down the middle this Sunday at Melson Family Wrestling into the class of 2022.
If you've ever wanted to be in the professional wrestling business, here's your chance now. Contact Pinfall Academy at 217-670-5151 or at pinfallacademy@gmail.com, located at 1320 South 11th Street, Springfield, Illinois. At Pinfall Academy, you can learn to be a wrestler, referee, valet, manager, anything having to do with professional wrestling. We'll teach you how to get it done. Pinfall Academy. Will you be our next star?
This evening, they are the current, reigning, and defending champions. They hail from Chocolate Caramel City at a combined weight of 557 pounds. They are the team of Marcellus Knyght and the Caramel Bear CJ Shine.
Alright. Tag team titles on the line, and yes, the CJ Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame will see a new member fairly soon. Being 2022, I hope to get some more members inducted this year as Hall of Fame has remained dormant for the past couple of years due to COVID ruining everything. Sickening. Easter weekend, there's hardly any shows happening, but boatload of shows happening this weekend as the champions stare down Warhoss. Well, let me go through a few of them. American Championship Wrestling in Jerseyville at the Susan Center on the 23rd. Floyd Pro Wrestling in St. Louis on the 24th, Sunday at the Pageant. And Warhoss going on the attack. Warhoss going on the attack. Troy, Missouri will have a micro wrestling special on the 23rd in Troy as Warhoss sends the champions do-si-do, swing and a miss. Warhoss gets punches to the face.
Just ring the bell.
Well, it's not sounded. The referee thinks he just ring the bell and let these two go at it.
Just let it go at it.
Trying to get control of this before an official start, but you know, they want to brawl, and there goes Pat the Bruiser out to the floor, and Kelly gets hip tossed, and everybody's outside the ring. Warhoss is outside the ring. CJ Shine off the ropes. Suicide dive. Down goes the team of Warhoss. I think it's putting it back in the ring. Look for the cover. The referee not even. Referee. What is he doing? Come on, Adam. Oh, now he rings the bell. Come on. Ridiculous. There's Kelly in the ring. The match should have officially started as soon as these two teams started slugging it out. CJ Shine in the corner, splash. And now Marcellus Knyght. I don't think that was very effective. Shine to the mat, covers, 2 count. Working the arm. Crosshairs Kelly. Marcellus Knyght back in the ring. IWA Productions will be coming back to Mount Vernon, the IWA Event Center, on April 30th with their regular monthly show after holding the old women's event last weekend. And only a 2. Warhoss is from Ohio. Chop by Kelly. And now, Pat the Bruiser comes in. Shoulder block in the corner. And a forearm shot to the face on Marcellus Knyght. Warhoss has been traveling the country trying to accumulate title belts. And they've held championships in 4 different promotions at this point. I can't tell you the names of all the promotions. Correction, that was 3. I miscounted. Misread the graphic I found. But Revolutionary Championship Wrestling, Wrestle League LLC, New Ohio Wrestling is the promotions they hold some belts in. That's a lot of belts. Anyway. That by Marcellus Knyght. Across the throat, and CJ Shine gets slugged. There's a drop kick from Crosshairs Kelly, and Shine jumps in to break it up. I guess I was wrong. Pit Fight's another promotion to hold titles in. So 4 or 5 titles, I guess. Marcellus Knyght being choked in the corner. Next week, I will be featuring footage. Basically matches from, the Bruiser comes in, there's no tag there at all. Anyway, next week I will be featuring matches from Mid-Missouri Wrestling Alliance. Haven't been there in quite some time.
No tag!
I decided to make a trip down there on my way out to a gaming convention, and being I haven't been in there a couple of years, it was time to go in and kind of see how things are going. So Melson Family Wrestling on Sunday, April 24th. That is up going towards Rockford in Marinegro, Illinois. That is east of Rockford. If you want to make the trip up there, that's a long haul though. Stay the weekend up there. Negro Community High School is where it's happening. 110 French Road. We'll be doing the induction, the newest induction into the Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. The promoter is Frank the Tank Nelson, and Bruiser takes down Marcellus Knyght. Holding a 2. Now, I typically don't go to Chicago shows, but this is going to be one of the rare times I run up to the Chicago area to cover an event. The Bruiser stomps away on Marcellus Knyght. And goes over to nail CJ. CJ Shine.
Oh, come on.
2. Here's Kelly. Back in the ring. Stalking Marcellus Knyght. Shot to the face. Big chop. Cross gears Kelly talking trash. A lot of trash. And now, charges the corner. Knight gets out of the way. Belly to belly. Goes for the cover. 2 count. CJ Shine rallying the crowd here at the IWA Event Center. As I said, IWA Productions will be returning here on April the 30th. And of course, we'll be gaming. My favorite convention, the Midwest Gaming Classic. As Shine comes in, shoulder block on. Pat the Bruiser, who does not go down. Off the ropes. Swing and miss. Oh, elbow. Double shot. Reversal. In the corner. Oh, CJ Shine charges out. High knee. Irish whip reversal. CJ blocked it and gets out of the ring, and Bruiser just charges in and gets kicked in the face. And now, Shine, drop kick off the top rope, missile drop kick, 4-2. CJ Shine. What's he gonna do now? Oh. Crosses Kelly. Took out Marcellus Knyght. Now Pat the Bruiser with a lariat. Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
CJ Shine in huge trouble here. Warhoss in the ring. Picks him up. Double choke slam. And it's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the match and new IWA Productions Tag Team Champions, Warhoss.
New champions. Warhoss victorious. Warhoss victorious, and they add another title around their waist, their 5th tag title, along with their other belts throughout the Midwest. So we have new tag team champions. I always wonder why they it took so long for them to capture the tag gold, but
Finally did it.
and Warhoss collecting belts as CJ Shine and Marcellus Knyght down heap in the corner of the ring.
Give them a round of applause.
Just too much for this duo. Alright, that will do it for this edition of PWCI this week. I am the Mad Conservative Cry Fighter. We'll be presenting action from Mid-Missouri Wrestling Alliance down in the St. Louis area next week here on the program. Until then, have a good night, everybody. Support your local independent promotion.